I'm excited. I did a sacral chakra meditation yesterday, and guided meditation from Edia ASMR. If I remember to, I'll link it because it was amazing. And I mean, I've been feeling really creative lately. Hold on. Hold on. Hi, good morning. Today I'm gonna do a morning routine video. I love watching these because the morning is my favorite time of day. And yeah, like I was saying, I did a sacral chakra meditation yesterday, just to kind of open my creativity because I've been feeling it a lot lately. I'm not sure why, because I've also been feeling very, which is probably also why I want to make this video. We're in Aquarius season. Aquarius is my natal 6th house. So I'm feeling so put together. I'm feeling so put together with my shit. We'll see what the full moon brings up to try and challenge that, but I'm feeling so put together. I've been a pretty great morning person most of my life. If I'm not mentally ill, I'm pretty happy with my mornings. And they set me up for a really, really lovely day. And whenever my friends come and stay with me, they say that they like spending mornings with me, so I figured I'd take you along with me. Because yeah, I did a sacral meditation yesterday, and my desire to express my creativity has been amping up and up and up and up and up. And I did that meditation, and then I had a big block come up with my partner. But then we worked through it. Well, I worked through it and he held me in it. I'm the luckiest girl in the world. And I don't know, it just feels like it's just getting better and better and better. And yeah, where we left off in the last clip of the video was me making my little adrenal cocktail in the morning. Sorry for my voice, but I figured I'd have to start talking at some point, and I got done filming angles. I was like, I don't give a shit. Sorry. What's up with my voice? I guess it's the expression. It's just expression coming through. Yeah, so adrenal cocktail for the morning. I do this in the winter, but also now that I'm a Pisces rising, as I can't stop talking about apparently, immunity is really important, because yeah, the boundaries of the body are very so these are my best friends. I won't go into the health side of it just because I'm not a medical practitioner, I'm not a doctor. Is there a red? What's going on there? Oh, it's a rainbow. Okay, you're gonna have to deal with the rainbow being in the center of my face. Sorry. I've got sun catchers, but I'm not gonna go into the health side of things because too much, even though if you're a health nut, if you're someone that cares about your body, you know, as I know, you do the research. You'll listen to people online, you'll research things, why they're good for the body, which systems they work for. So I have what's that word? Amateur. I have an amateur understanding of why this stuff works. I talk to people that know a little bit more than I talk to people that know more than I do. And I also do research because it's my body that I'm putting it into, but I'm not somebody that can recommend things in terms of what they do. Well, no, I can recommend it, but I can't tell you what it's good. I can't tell you about it in depth. So that's not why I'm sharing this, just to be clear. You know what? I just want to get rid of any responsibility. So, adrenal system, immunity. I just know that they directly impact one another, and it's important to keep both fed, and your adrenals and your immune system both run on vitamin C. So I take a vitamin C and zinc compound thingy. It's a powder. So I take vitamin C and zinc. Zinc is really good for your skin and immunity, from what I understand. As I do MSM, That's also good immunity and also really good for your bones and your joints. And then I also do cream of tartar because this is just potassium. It's just potassium. So I put like the teeniest bit of this in as well. And I drink that. It turns orange when I stir it, and it's pretty good. I also drink water before I put this in my body. Before I put this in my body, I drink water in the morning. I don't know if I filmed that, but I will. Oh, also the other thing that I wanted to say, like, and I just wanted to point out that it wasn't just for the video. Brushing your teeth outside. I think sometimes getting outside is hard. Sometimes it's really hard, especially when it's like, I don't know, you're going through a bit of a time mentally, or if it's not really great weather outside, you don't really want to go for a walk, or if it's just a day that you don't want to go on a walk. Today, I don't really feel like going on a walk, and I don't want to push my body to do it, so I'm not going to. I figure I'm probably going to do something like in the afternoon, maybe. I'm also probably going to do some like stretches. I like to do different movement in like different days, but I'll go into that. Cockies are waking up. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, getting outside. So yeah, getting outside can be hard, but I find like a really easy way to just get outside, because once I've gone outside once in the early morning, I tend to want to be outside more during the day, and I find that I'm kind of just doing nothing when I'm brushing my teeth. And like, my bathroom's cute. I love every room in my house. I love every room in my house. But I find that just standing in your bathroom, it's like a bit whatever, you know what I mean? And I started like wandering around my house just to be like, me, or like I'll talk to Percy or like whatever. But then like a little bit ago, I started going outside and just standing there, and it felt really good, because it's like, what, like 2 minutes? And that's 2 minutes that you have outside. And then oil pulling. I never used to oil pull, but then my teeth started to feel a bit weird. Oh, I also tongue scrape, but I didn't want to film that because that's a bit weird. I like to film like looking wise. I'm like, no. Oil pulling. Such a good thing to like slap onto like when I'm just tidying up my kitchen and like getting out all of the washing up from last night. So good. I like stacking. I think I've heard people talk about this before. If you're trying to like build a routine and like get a lot done at once, stacking things. Like, say it is a bit of like in my routine, unless I start work at 8 o'clock. I like doing like a kitchen reset, because I just like having a clean kitchen. I like having a clean and tidy house. Well, tidy. I wouldn't say I'm a big cleaner, but I'm a big tidier and like clean as I go kind of person. So my house is always pretty tidy, and I like it that way because I like just doing morning where I'm just kind of like resetting and cleaning my kitchen. I think it's cathartic and therapeutic. Virgo moon. But yeah, so I do coconut oil, tidy my kitchen, and then drink my little adrenal drink. And also, what I didn't film, my flower essences. So these babies, totally depends on your constitution, depends on what you feel your body works best with. My body responds really, 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 really well to flowers. Anything floral, my body is just in it, on it, loves it. So flower essences really work for me. So this one's probably my favorite of all of them. Oh, it's the purifying essence. It's for like clearing out emotional stagnancy, emotional baggage. And I feel like I'm doing that constantly. I feel like I'm constantly kind of processing emotion, whether it's mine or others. So this one, I just love it, and my body responds to it so beautifully. And when I don't have it around me, like when I started taking this, I thought it was just kind of like a situational thing, that I was like, okay, I'll just use it because I'm going through this thing, or I'm letting go of this thing, or this thing, I'm noticing this thing, so I'll do a round of it and it'll be fine. And then I'm fine for a little bit. Like I can probably be good for a couple months, but then I just notice the same kind of build up, stagnancy happening. And this is just a really, really great support. I've tried a bunch of them. I've tried the abundance one. I've tried the dynamist one. I've tried the electro one, the calm one. I've tried a lot of them and all of them are beautiful and all of them have their uses. This one is just my personal favorite. If you're somebody who's highly sensitive, if you're somebody that works with people, if you're in a field of work where you're like constantly in contact with people, which I think a lot of us are, well, a lot of us, I feel like there's like a bunch of camps of different people, but if you're in a people-centered role, yeah, because even if you're just kind of like, even if you're not talking to people about something stressful, like it's like also the kind of person that I am, the way people are with me can sometimes be very vulnerable and emotional. And so I take on a lot of that energy, even if I'm in like a relatively benign setting. Best friend, bestie. One that I'm trying out because I just thought it was like such a sweet thing. Like I had these two and then I think you get like a bundle of 3. And I didn't really, like I want to try this one because it was about transitioning. What was it said? Its assistance is moving into the new cycle in your full power and sovereignty. And I'm kind of happy that I bought it at the end of last year because we were closing out a 9 year and we're going into a 1. So I felt like it was the perfect time to buy it. And I've been loving it. I've been feeling it. It could be entirely placebo, but also I don't know what the placebo is. I guess it's just telling yourself that you're taking something that's moving you into the new cycle in your full power and sovereignty, and then it works. But you know what? I believe in all these things. I believe in flowers. I believe in plants. I believe in medicine, like in flower and plant medicine. I really, really believe it works. Anyway, this one is called Body Beautiful, and I've really been loving this one too. I got it just because I kind of read it and I was like, go on. It says, acknowledging, celebrating, and nurturing who you are. Isn't that the sweetest and the cutest thing you've ever had in your life? Also, I'm in follicular now. Can you tell my change in energy? It's ridiculous. I feel vibrant and lively. Also, because I've been doing what I said I would do, which is like getting back into my cycle awareness. And my body's loving it. Anyway, so I do all of this. Then I also have my cacao, which you've seen me make. In my last video, also I have like a whole video on it. Well, no, I have a whole video on my moringa, matcha moringa, but it was like 40 minutes. I just couldn't stop. I love little drinks. I love making a hot little drink in the morning, and I love putting all my little things in it. If you just take the matcha moringa video and take out the matcha and the moringa, although sometimes I still put it in there, and replace that with cacao, it's just a hot drink that I've put a lot of shit in. Again, more medicinal mushrooms. And yeah, it's really great. I love it and I feel really good. That's what this is. And it's amazing. Every day it's amazing. Every day is my favorite little thing. Oh, I love mornings. And then what you saw me do yesterday? That wasn't yesterday. Last video. I've incorporated a new kind of journal into my day. And I'm still kind of getting the hang of it. I kind of like it. It's all right. I'm getting the hang of it only now. But also, I'm only a month into the year. I bought like a little journal set from Dreamy Moons, who makes the sweetest tarot and oracle decks and the sweetest journals. And for this one, the 2026 one, I think she's discontinuing it now. I got like one of her like emails. Oh no, she's discontinuing a bundle. But this one is in collaboration with one of my favorite astrologers. Her name is Voice of the Sacred. I think her name is Diana, but her Instagram handle is Voice of the Sacred. If you need an astrology person to follow on Instagram, I'm gonna have to try and remember all these links. I'm gonna put stuff down in like the description because holy shit, she is so insightful. Her wisdom runs deep, and the way she phrases things is absolutely perfect. I have no faults. I have no faults on her. If I could be an inch like her, oh my god, I would feel so accomplished and so embodied. But I got the little bundle. I didn't even see. I haven't been on Instagram for a while, and so I didn't know this collaboration was happening. I think I just got a Dreamy Runes email, and she was like, these, and I was like, yeah. Me. I love journaling. Have I ever talked about how much I love journaling? I think I've talked about journaling. That's a different video. I love journaling. Anyway, saw it. Saw the colorways they came in. Anyway, and then gold. How pretty. Oh, anyway, I have 4 journals going at the moment. And that's a bit excessive because typically, I would only really have 2, 3, and typically I'd have 3. Wait, 3, because I have one, which is what this one is. I have one that I do. It used to just be like a little sentence, but this one has like a lot of space. So now I have like a mini paragraph of like encapsulating my whole day. So just in case I ever get dementia, I can look back on my life. That's not exactly why, but like sometimes I think about that. And then because it came with this one and I couldn't resist, it's a little like daily planner, but instead of being like to do, it says today I get to. And so I've been using it as like a to-do list. Like if there's just some shit that I need to get done, I'll do it. I'll write it down, and it actually works. It's got little like bubbles that you can color in as you like do things, and obviously there's some stuff that I don't do, but I don't really care. And it gives you a little like mantra for the day. So that today's is I am supported. Yesterday's was I attract like-minded people. And the other, oh my god, that was, yeah, that's right, on Monday it was crazy. I had a day that I like really wanted to like challenge myself, like because I could feel myself being anxious. It was one of the days that I woke up really anxious, and I just wanted to not do anything. Like I just wanted to like, I think that was actually the day that I filmed. Yeah, and that's why I was anxious. I was waking up anxious because it was the day that I had wanted to film a video, but like in that more of like an in-depth kind of way. And I was like, maybe I just don't want to do that, and maybe I just want to like sit and watch YouTube instead and have like a really easy day, and it's gonna be fine because it's a public holiday and I should just holiday and it should be fine. And like I just woke up really a bit like internally stressed, and then so my priority was to challenge myself. And then the little mantra was, I am capable. So cute. Are you kidding me? Highly recommend. Anyway, it's just the cutest and the sweetest. And it makes me excited because I get to do that every morning. What was I saying? Yeah. So I write down things that I do need to do, but also things that like maybe like mundane. Like if I'm kind of like, I don't know, if I'm maybe not really excited for the day, I try to remember some of the main like mundane things that I get to do in the life that I have because I have the life that I have. And I'll write them down. So I don't know if there's any like, I don't know, I've had to like, so on the days where like maybe like I don't have a lot to do, I remind myself that I get to go to my jobs that I love. And I get to pack, I said, go to work that I love and pack such a lovely lunch for myself. And I did. I packed a really lovely lunch. And then sometimes if there's not a lot of things that I do, I then write down like some things that happened at work. Or like some things that happened like that day when I went to work. I figured out like a serendipity connection of like, oh, that's why this happened and that's why this had to happen. And so I wrote it down as like a little reminder. Anyway, I'm not a very like, I'm not very good at remembering my life. I'm good at being present, which I'm very, very grateful for. But I'm not very good at like dipping into the past. I'm not very good at remembering things. And so sometimes when it comes to like moon reflections or yearly reflections, I've noticed that it's been a really nice thing at the end of every year to read through these journals and to see my life and like to be reminded, and like the memories actually really do. Because if you sat there and asked me at the end of 2025 to like kind of even just like go through a contour of what my year looked like, it would be very jumbled and very scrambled, and I'd have like vague things, but probably not a lot. But like reading through my journals, especially like the little sentence a day things, they just, everything feels suddenly like so close and so within me, and it feels really nice. So I've been doing that for maybe three or 4 years now, and it feels really nice. And then I just wanted to show you my like journal because it's beautiful, and I've always wanted to get this one, but I was never quite certain because it has images. It has like, I don't know, sometimes I can be pretty regimented with my journals, sometimes I can't. And I don't mean like with my patterning of it, but I mean like I really just want to like write top to bottom. So sometimes I just get a completely blank journal and I'll write like say it's not lined, and I will write like from here to here words. Like I think I have some of them, but it's like a bit insane sometimes. But I'll always kind of just know what kind of mood I'm in. I don't know, I really trust my body and my choices. And this one is the Inner Reflections Writing and Creativity Journal. And I'm working with my, like I said, I did a sacral meditation, but I'm feeling really tapped in to that kind of like juicy, flowy, creative energy. And I thought it was the time to like get this because it's got like little quotes in it. It's got pictures that I also feel like I can use for like, look how gorgeous that one is. Yeah. How beautiful is that? Are you joking? But I can also probably use these for like vision boarding and what's it face it? Like it's just pretty. Like listen, at the bottom of this page is, a forgotten memory lay buried in my heart. Memories, scattered feelings, and windblown pages like autumn leaves falling. I'm not very good at reading things out. I don't understand sometimes the cadence that you have to read things. But yeah, then it has like full pages, and I just trust that when I come to this page, there's going to be a reason why it's like blank. Do you know what I mean? Like it goes through blank pages. There's a little thing on peas. Hi. Like it's just the cutest shit I've ever seen in my life, and I love it. That just got better. I didn't realize that. Anyway, journaling, a huge part of my morning. It's also a huge part of my day. I'm trying to allow myself to be bored, and I'm trying to bring awareness into those moments where I feel a little bit panicked. Like I was talking a couple videos ago, those moments where I just feel a little bit panicked and a little bit anxious, and like I don't know what to do, and I'm very likely to like turn to my phone or turn to YouTube just to kind of pass time. I am trying to turn back to journaling, of just like, all right, what's going on? Like what's happening? Because that's what I used to do. It's what I've done in the past if my anxiety is like emotional. Like if I wake up in the morning and there's something on my mind, like I'll journal about it. But if I find myself like in the middle of my day kind of just stuck in an anxiety, I haven't thought to journal about that and like journal through that. I've just thought to like regulate in the way that I know would be the quickest, which is just putting on a video and watching it and like tuning out and like ignoring myself. I've been doing that for a little bit now, and it feels really nice. And I think that journal, that creativity journal, lends itself really beautifully to that, because like sometimes half the page is taken up by, like I've had 2 pages now that half the page is taken up by like a quote, and so you just have to read it. Well, you don't have to, but you can. I've been feeling really connected to myself again, and I've been feeling really excited to share myself, which I think I used to be. I've been through like a little bit of like a wave, in the sense that when I started this channel, I was just saying shit. It was just because I'd always wanted to make YouTube videos and just like say whatever the fuck I wanted. In the sense that, like, you know, just like chatting about where I'm at, what I'm thinking, what I'm growing through. Because that sometimes can be something that we feel really, not necessarily alone in, but we can feel really odd in. We can feel like, oh, like, why am I so stupid? Or like, why don't I get this already? Or why am I learning this again? Or like, whatever. Like, I want to draw attention to the fact that like we're always all learning, and you're not alone in that, and it's a beautiful thing to continually be on that journey, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to like drop your ego and drop any kind of like notion that you have things figured out, because I don't think we ever really do. I think we can sometimes have certain things figured out for a certain amount of time, and then eventually like the situation will change and your life will change and you will change, and those rules or those understandings will no longer apply, and you're just gonna have to figure it all out again. And yeah, I think that journey is just one of the journeys of life that I loved to watch people be on, even if they weren't consciously like sharing in that way. I love to consume content like that, and I wanted to make that content. And when I started this channel, like it was so much more like, this is what I'm thinking today, so I'm just gonna say it. I think I was a Gemini rising for like the year that I released, like I was releasing like a video every single day for like, I think it was like 2022 or 2023. I was just like I would just wake up thinking something and I'd be like, blah, 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 blah. And it was so like, I felt so good about it. And then last year I really struggled. I think for like 2024 and 2025, I was going through a lot of things that I just needed to be present with in my life for. But then that also got me to like second guess like what I did want to share, because there was so much that I was like, this isn't for YouTube. Like, this isn't for YouTube, this is for me to be present with and to deal with. But now I feel like I'm back to being like, I just want to make things, I just want to share, and I just want to talk, and it feels really nice and it feels really great. So yeah, I want to share my morning routine because I think it's something that it's a core part of like who I am. It's a core part of who I am and like why I am the way that I am. So yeah. I wish I could film more of this. Like I just mainly filmed the little morning routine stuff because it's a bit fun. And I eventually would really love to like be able to film myself in like movement, but I'm still really self-conscious about my body. I have a history of body dysmorphia, and it's really hard to look at myself on camera when I'm like just trying to enjoy my body, and then it kind of like I try to like even just like filming opening my window, I was like, oh my god. Like it's a little bit too much for me at the moment. But daily movement is so important, and like don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do like how do I say this, I'm not strict with myself. If I wake up and for whatever reason my body just doesn't want to move yet, it doesn't want to move yet, and that's fine. But I have found that if I give myself multiple avenues of movement, it will want to do one of them. I give myself an avenue just to get my blood flowing, to get my body moving. It will always benefit me. And like one of the like easiest steps, like when I say blood flowing, literally this is what I can mean is dry brushing. This gets you like, well, it gets your lymph flowing, but it also just gets you, like, it wakes your body up. Like, you can wake your mind up and then you can wake your body up. And I find that this also starts to bring about a certain connection and appreciation of like you and your body. Like you are, because you're literally going over every inch of your body, brushing it, and like short little things like that. So I try to do this, especially in my luteal phase. I think I said that in my last video. I try to do this especially then because that's when I'm feeling the most stagnant, and that is when I'm the least likely to move, if I'm really honest. The other thing that I love to do, shaking. And I do, this is kind of why I want to be able to film like my flow mornings. When I'm in a morning where I want to flow, it's just like a quick little 10-minute stretch, like just stretching most parts of my body and then just like going into a big shake. That's something that I love doing. And I usually do that as a precursor to flowing. And when I say flow, I mean this baby. This baby is a very long baby. It's 180 centimeters. And it is my best friend. It's called a dragon staff. Can I do it in my lounge room? Anyway, I really want to film one a morning where I can flow and will feel comfortable flowing, and like maybe do some videos with flowing. And this is a flow toy. I also have silk fans because this, when I'm in ovulation, girl, they're beautiful. Ooh, sorry ladies. They're beautiful silk fans. Gorgeous. They're silk fans. And these are things called flow toys. If you've never heard of them in your life before, let me introduce you to a beautiful world. Yeah, flow toys, they're aptly named because they are just for anyone, any age. There's also so many more than these. There's like things called poi, there's juggling. Juggling's considered a flow toy. There's, what else is there? There's poi. The main ones that you see everywhere is like, the main ones that you kind of see as like entry stuff is like contact staff, poi, dragon staff, juggling, double staff, hoop, fans. They're like the general thing. And then you can get into like little niche things as like puppy hammer, which just looks like poi on steroids. These things, you can change these out and you can put fire spokes in them, and then you can light them on fire and you can flow with fire, which is sick. It's a big part of my life. I like have been off it. I kind of went into it in like 2021, 2022. And then 2023 as well, probably. Like, yeah, I was still kind of doing it in 2023. But like I said, though, like 2024, 2025, my life just kind of changed a little bit in terms of what it looked like and what I was doing and where my focus had to be. But then at the beginning of this year, I went to a flow festival and I've loved it again. I've had this puppy for like 4 years, 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5, it's at 2026 now. I got it at the beginning of 2022, so this will be the 4th year of having this. It's a very squishy space to flow, especially when I have my drink right there. But holy shit, this is one of the ones that I go to if I'm feeling like I just want to be outside and I want to have my music, I want to flow. And then these babies, another thing, if I just want to feel, if I don't want to be like doing things, but I want to feel pretty, and I just want to flow to my music and just feel like an art piece in and of myself, I flow with my fans. Gorgeous. They are like They're the movement. If I'm not doing this, I'm dancing. Mostly inside. I haven't really danced outside, but like this is also kind of dancing. And the other thing that I'll do but I say all this to say, the stuff that I reach for in the morning tends to be shaking, stretching. I wish I could say that I'm a yoga girl. I'm not quite. I'm a stretch person, and then I'm like a flow person. If you've ever been in flow state, you know that it's absolutely incredible and you just feel so one and at peace, and that is when dopamine is firing in your head. If you are neurodivergent and your brain likes dopamine, get yourself a flow toy. Get yourself a flow toy. Oh my god, get it, because it is a quick way to dopamine. Oh my god, your brain is just like gonna lose your shit. It's gonna be amazing. This is what I mean by like, I do want to do a video one time where I feel confident to like flow so you can like see it, because part of the reason why I got into flow was like seeing people flow and seeing them have so much fun and seeing them just like blossom. I don't know, like you can talk to someone, you can be talking to someone and like at a door for at a festival or whatever, and then you can see them later on the dance floor and just see them flowing, and it's just this whole other side of them that you're like, oh my god, yeah, I get it. And I loved it. I love like, see, there's like some of my friends that I just see in flow, I'm like, oh my god, you're so beautiful. It's where I feel like the most admiration I think I feel of people is like when I see them in this state and they're just like moving their bodies and they're in themselves. I find it so beautiful, and I would love to share that eventually if I ever got confident enough to, because I think maybe it could inspire people as it inspired me. So it's only right to pass on that. But yeah, it's a bridge. But yeah. We're on the last bit and we've moved locations because the light was a little bit brighter over here, and I'm also in the space that I do these things, so it feels nice. I won't show a lot of it just because I don't know, this like is a very personal thing. It's a very sacred thing to me, but I do want to talk about it because it's a part of my routine, and that is like that it's my more spiritual practices where I connect to divinity or like God or the universe, or that higher consciousness that, yeah, I think shows up in so many people's lives in so many different ways. But yeah, it's a very private and sacred thing, so I'm not gonna bring a lot of it in. I am just gonna kind of talk about it. Again, this is a lot of talking, I'm so sorry. But this I have a very hard line of not showing because it is mine. So I will show you one thing that I love, just because, well, it's more of like a emblematic, but it's not so much the one that I use for my spaces. But what I do is cleanse. I do like to cleanse, and I will take something like this or another cleansing kind of tincture or balm or like distillation, typically of flowers. This one's from Australian Bushfire Essences. Again, oh my god, I will never stop talking about them. I use this actually at my computer to kind of detach myself from that space, because I recognize that I had a bit of a tendency just to get sucked in there and stay there. So I use this as a detachment for the computer. But I will cleanse with like a spray, distillation, or something like that. I'll usually engage with some kind of sound, like whether that be singing or playing an instrument or like something to kind of bring in sound and like motion to my throat. The area of the throat is a very important thing for me to kind of try and give strength to, so I try to focus on that as well. If I feel like I need to pray or meditate, I will also do that, as well as my tarot or oracle cards. I'm a bit more of in a tarot phase at the moment I've been in more of an oracle phase before. I've been in more of a both phase before. I've been here, there, and everywhere. It just changes. It changes as I change, and it's important that I keep that freedom, I think, as well. Yeah, I usually pull cards for the day or for a activity that I'm doing, or like something that I'm starting, something that I'm going through, whatever it is. I'll kind of touch base with them. And yeah, I also have some crystals that I like to lean on. I will say there's like a lot of selenite and a lot of amethyst. That tends to be like a through line at my little table. Yeah, you know, I've also got just like different stuff to help me meditate. I've got little meditation balls, I've got prayer beads, got some incense, like when I feel like I need to, I guess, have a bit more of like a direction with my cleansing. If I'm trying to cleanse something and carry it away from me, or I use like dried herbs, like I love using mugwort and thyme and rosemary. They're probably my favorites. Yeah, so I'll try and do that. Sometimes, again, like none of this routine stuff, sometimes I'll be really regimented, and sometimes it'll happen every single day, typically when I need it most, but sometimes it's like every other day or every few days or whatever it is. But I know that as a person, I need that freedom. The only time where I think I am strict with myself is when I feel my energy get depleted in a way that is like akin to like burnout, or it's akin to some kind of apathy. That's really the only time that I'll just like get really strict with myself with needing to do something. Like if I'm feeling really, really good and I'm feeling fulfilled and I feel like I can just kind of like mosey about my day, I might not do every single one of these steps in as much depth as like I'm explaining. Like sometimes it might just be, I might just cleanse. I might not do the whole singing thing or the instrument thing. I might not always pull cards. Sometimes I'll just pull cards. Like I'll take bits and pieces, but when I can feel myself become apathetic or kind of ambivalent to me and like myself as a person, that's the only time I really get strict with myself to engage with these practices and to do like one or all of them in full depth. Like if I can force myself to kind of come here and sit with my table and do like a whole ritual, or if I can really get myself to go on a walk and be mindful and like be present and then come back and flow, like if I can do multiple elements of something, then I can usually feel myself feel good. I will say the one thing that I do kind of like through line is like my medicines. Like I do that ritualistically every single morning. That's pretty good. Actually, I say that, and like sometimes with my flower essences, I'm not that on it, but my cacao is probably something that I have every single day ritualistically with my medicines in it, and it's good. But yeah, so I guess like this is a nice place to finish, is that mornings are really, really important to me. I think for me, they set myself onto a really good path for the day. Like I bring myself into an awareness of like who I am, how I'm feeling, what I want for the day, and it seems to bring some kind of structure. Even if it's not me planning every single minute of my day, it's at least me putting myself into like the energetic body and like the mindset of like whatever today is going to be, it's going to be good. And that doesn't mean it has to be positive, but it means that I'm at least in a mind space or a head space that I feel like I can get through it and I'm going to be okay come the end of it. So yeah, it's really important to me to get outside, touch grass, as like cliche as that is. It's important to me to do that. It's important to me to have like my medicines, have the things that I know will like fuel my body, and I give myself the things that I need, give my immune system the things that it needs. It's really important for me to like get in touch with my head, get in touch with my headspace, get in touch with like what my inner voice is saying, what I'm kind of wanting, seeing how I'm feeling. And then it's also really, really important for me to get in touch with my more sacred space to get in touch with that like divine self that is within me, and I also see everywhere around me. And also really, really important to move. Those are my cornerstones, those are my pillars. When I do all of them, holy shit, I'm amazing. I feel good, which is why, I mean, like, if I find myself feeling a bit down, apathetic, disconnected, I know that I can come back to these things and it feels like I can trust. I feel like I can trust these things in my life to bring me back to myself. And that's like at the end of the day what I think a morning routine should be, or like what your morning routine should consist of are things or rituals or like exercises that when you're doing them, you feel yourself reconnect into a sense of like, this feels right for me. I feel like I'm meant to be doing this. I feel like I'm really good at this. I feel like I understand this. I feel like I'm understanding myself. Like, I feel like whatever you do in the morning, it should come back to reconnection into you. And that's what I feel like makes up a really good routine or ritual. But yeah, I just want to share it because I'm really feeling the 6th house. I think it's also the Venus and Moon in 6th house, and also natal 6th house transits. It's feeling really good. What is this? I don't know, but I like it. Anyway, it's feeling good. I think I'm done talking. I think I'm gonna go finish my morning routine because I got up to like medicine step, and now I'm feeling like, since I'm already in the kind of sacred space, I'm gonna do some sacred space, and then I think I'm gonna do some movement. I think today's movement is gonna be dancing. I don't know if I mentioned dancing in the movement section, but dance. Yeah. I think it's like a part of flow, but like just dancing to music. Yeah, good shit. I think I'm also gonna do some shaking. Some shaking, some jumping, and some dancing is what's gonna be in my day. Hopefully. Definitely. Anyway, that's it. I've been talking for a while. Goodbye. Have a good day. Have a good night. Wherever you are. Come back for more. I'm sure it'll be sometime. I'm feeling really creative right now. So, see you soon.